Hi Leo, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to your September reading. We're going to do a general energy transmission for anyone under the influence of the Leo signature. So that could be if you're a sun, moon or ascendant, or if you're cross-watching for your person of interest. You may find messages and information here that will be supportive and helpful to understanding your current situation. Make sure you stay tuned through to the end. I'm going to pull a second layer with a different tarot deck for another additional insight into your situation with more kind of karmic and spiritual influences that you may not be aware of. So stay tuned through to the end for that one. One more shuffle and we'll get started. Do that again. Alright, let's take a look. We have 8 of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have at the heart of the reading the 6 of Wands in reverse, crossed by the 2 of Wands in reverse. The crowning card is the 6 of Pentacles, and at the foundation we have the 2 of Pentacles. So on this central axis of the reading, you have 2 2s and 2 6s, and they're both from the Pentacles and the Wands energy. What I'm feeling with that is that you might be feeling like a little bit of, like maybe balance is important to you right now. That's something that you might be addressing, an issue that you might be addressing, and how balance and especially reciprocity with other people in your life could be affecting the way that you feel successful or the way that you feel confident, you know, in your experiences with people. And for some of you that might have to do with the way that you collaborate with other people. Maybe you're feeling like you have 2 and 3 of Pentacles in the spread. 2, 3 and 6 of Pentacles, as well as the King of Pentacles in the hopes and fears quadrant. We'll get to that. So yeah, I feel like you're addressing issues around balance, especially when it comes to money and physical energy and your time as it relates to the way that you share and the way that you contribute to group environments or family environments or collaborations. There may have been some unsuccessful or unsatisfying outcomes with regards to that in the recent past. Or if not unsuccessful, maybe just you're looking for solutions or ways to improve the way that you share resources, the way that you share time, maybe even the way that you share your skills. And that could be something that's coming into focus for you around this time that you're wanting to look at so that you can improve your interactions with people and also feel better within yourself about how you're sharing, how you're interacting. So in this quadrant, how you see yourself, you have the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and both of them are in reverse. So some of this energy could have to do with your creativity and feeling more confident. Confidence seems to be a bit of an issue in this reading. Just that you may be looking for ways to feel more confident or to feel more grounded and more sure and more maybe secure. Not necessarily financially secure, but secure in yourself as far as how you know, when you interact with other people, the way that leaves you feeling. But here with the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands both in reverse, I feel like maybe you're looking for new ways to perhaps channel your creative energy in a way that feels really, really satisfying and also really nurturing. Maybe not just for you, but for other people as well. But it does feel like there is an energy in this reading of you needing to kind of just ever so slightly address some of the ways that you do things where maybe in the past the outcomes of situations that involved other people may not have been as fulfilling or maybe not feeling as wow or as successful as you might have had hope for them in the beginning. So it looks like there's you kind of diving a little bit deeper into the exploration or the search for understanding about how your energy is directed in those situations or in those moments, so that you can actually get different outcomes that feel much more fair or much more aligned or much more reciprocal. The Six of Pentacles as the crowning card in this reading sorry, talks about sharing, it talks about reciprocity, it talks about generosity. And I get the feeling from this reading, given that that card is the crowning card of this spread, that you might have a tendency to be a very generous person. And that's a beautiful way to be in life, for sure. It's definitely it's much more fun to be generous than it is to not be generous. So it's a natural state for you, I feel, to be in a generous mood or in a generous way. But somehow the rest of the cards around are saying that as much as you enjoy that energy, there's sometimes experiences that come out of that where you feel not great. Like these two cards, the Star card and the Fool card, are both in the reverse position in the outcome of this reading. And then there's also the Moon in reverse, so 3 major arcana cards there. Kind of feels to me like the result that you get at the end of something that you set out for, with a lot of hopefulness and with like, you know, there's a lot of collaboration energy in this reading as well. Like there's there's 3 twos. 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. There's also the 3 of Pentacles. Even the 4 of Wands, I would say, is like a working together kind of an energy. But you might have experienced something like that recently, but it might have left you feeling a little bit lackluster or not so excited or not so hopeful or optimistic about how it landed at the end compared to how it felt in the beginning when you set out to do that project or to do that collaboration. Now, so as I said, the King of Cups in the reverse with the Ace of Wands in reverse in this part of the reading is suggesting that maybe you're looking for ways to reinvigorate your creativity and your emotional wellness in the way that it's connected to the creativity that you put out and the way that you express yourself and the ideas that you have that you want to birth forward or move forward with. And how that makes you feel as in terms of your abundance and your sense of well-being, as well as feeling met and appreciated and balanced and in alignment with the other people around you that you work with, that you do that with. This reading seems like in this part of the spread, it feels like a totally different energy. Like there's more information here, as it seems, with regard to maybe a new person coming in. Like there could be for some of you watching a new partnership in a romantic way. There could be this energy of someone coming towards you. This is the 2 of Cups together with the Empress in your environment. And then in the hopes and fears, there's this King of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands upright. So it feels pretty strongly like there is a masculine energy for some of you. You also have, and this King of Cups now could also be you, but it could also be another person that's showing up, that is giving you some interest or showing some giving you some attention, or that you're interested in. But maybe there's a little bit of uncertainty about that. And this King of Wands, sorry, the King of Pentacles here with the 4 of Wands, this is in the hopes and fears part of the reading. So it looks like there is some like possibility of a union with this person. And that looks quite promising and quite hopeful. But again, the beginning of part of the reading where I talked about reciprocity, I feel like it applies to this situation. Like the first part of the reading, I was feeling it more with regards to work, because you have the 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. But now I'm seeing that same energy and information applied to this potential new love interest that could be around you that you're interested in. But I feel from your side like you're open and you're excited by it and you're interested. But I feel like on some level there's part of you that wants to maybe not make the same mistakes that you made in the past with regards to how a new partnership has been initiated and what kind of ground rules get set up in a sort of non-spoken way based on the way that you behave in the beginning of something. I hope this is making sense. In other words, those issues with regards to your generosity and your openness and your sharing and your giving, of course, there is a desire to want to maintain that because it feels good. It's nice to be generous. It's a beautiful thing. It's lovely to be able to give, and it feels great. But I think you maybe are seeing right now that in the past you might have been extremely generous from the get-go with the person that's new in your life, that is a potential romantic partner, and you might not have experienced a really happy outcome with that. And I feel like you, with the moon reversed here and the star and the Fool reversed in this reading, I feel like you're being very aware right now of what's actually happening. I think that you're seeing, you're catching yourself in your own pattern of wanting to, roll out the red carpet and really open your heart to someone and give them the world. And again, there's nothing wrong with being generous, but I think there's a need here for you to be aware that it's good to be a little bit reserved, in the beginning. Take your time to get to know someone. Take your time to give them the whole world, and just take it moment by moment and day by day and see, because it takes time to cultivate trust with a person. And I think if you throw everything out there in the beginning, you may find yourself being taken for granted, which is something that you might have experienced before. That's what I was picking up with that Six of Pentacles and the star and the Fool in reverse. Maybe you are very generous by nature and it's your tendency to do that, and you enjoy it, you like it. But sometimes, somehow, when you are overly generous in the beginning, it can be a little bit off-putting for people, and it might actually have the opposite effect of pushing them away eventually. Not maybe at first, but a little ways into a story unfolding, it could potentially put people in a position where they are actually a little bit, not intimidated by it, but it may just push them a little bit back because they might have a hard time, really dealing with all the energy that you're wanting to give them. At the bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Cups reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, Seven of Cups reversed, and Knight of Cups upright. All this Cups energy. Right? You had the King of Cups in reverse here. Now the Queen of Cups is in reverse here. So I would say what I feel with that is that, again, there is this need to kind of reevaluate and reassess the way that you express love and affection to somebody, and maybe just tone it down just a little bit so that you're not actually pushing them away, which is the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. And just come into a better balance with the way that you express love and affection and the way that you are generous. Just finding a better balance with that so that it's not overwhelming for the other person and it doesn't actually have the opposite effect of what you want. You're trying to bring them into your world. You might be trying to woo them and show them the best of you and really impress them. And that's a beautiful thing, of course, but in some regards, some people might find that a little bit too much, and it might actually make them want to just put the brakes on and maybe even pull away from you. So just be careful about that, and just take a moment to assess what it is that you're hoping to achieve by being so overly generous and so overly giving. If you're trying to win somebody's love by doing that, even if it's not conscious, and clearly with the moon here in reverse, I think you're not really fully conscious of it yet. You might be aware that there's some pattern that is playing out that you have been seeing maybe in the past more than once, that is kind of starting out like this but then ending up in an unsatisfying situation or a not moving forward situation. That's how I'm seeing this Star and the Fool both in reverse. It's the dream didn't actually take hold. There's so much, with the Star here and all the cups here. Again, there's so much water energy in this reading as well with the moon. I feel like you might be just a little bit overwhelming somebody with your outpouring of love. And I think there's, within that, sometimes what it can show, if you're overly throwing yourself out there to somebody, it might seem like actually there's a little bit of insecurity in there and maybe even desperation. I hate to say that. Don't feel anything about that from my side. There's no judgment here. I'm just reading the energy of the cards, but I'm trying to help you see here that you can take it slow. You can be a little bit reserved. You don't have to throw it all out there, in the first minutes that you meet somebody, just take your time and be a little bit more reserved with how you... Doesn't mean you're not being genuine or authentic. Of course, you're always going to be that, be authentic, but just be a little bit reserved and don't let that cup spill onto the ground because the person that you're offering it to isn't actually quite ready to receive it in the way that you're offering it. So just take your time. That's the main message of this reading, I feel. I think that the moon in reverse here is offering you the chance to see some hidden patterns that have been coming up through your like experiences with people, that is showing you in your what part of your unconscious mind has some kind of ingrained behavior that is playing out in your waking life, to show you or to help you understand like where it is that you are maybe not fully loving yourself or not fully aware of your unconscious motivations for certain types of behavior that you might be exhibiting to other people. And so this is a little moment here where you can take time as the thing is unfolding to actually witness your own self and your own behavior in a moment where you might be feeling that energy of wanting to just like give everything and throw everything out there, and just catch yourself before you do that, and just be a little bit more reserved and a bit more not cautious, but you get what I mean. Like just take your time and be a bit more in balance within yourself and let things unfold in a more natural and a more slow release kind of a way. Okay? So I'm going to go over this again just to double check, but I kind of feel like more or less cover this. Again, there's this King of Cups and the King of Pentacles in this reverse. So I feel like for probably a majority of people that are watching this reading, you could be seeing a masculine energy show up in your life that is a potential love interest, and there's like some excitement about that on both sides. But again, I feel like you have the potential here to maybe, without realizing it, because you're maybe from a place of being afraid of being unloved or something, you're trying to give so much love that you feel like that person can't say no to you. But that you have to be careful about that, because that could actually have the opposite effect and end up pushing them away. So just be natural, be calm, be relaxed. Don't overdo it. Don't overgive. Just take your time and let the person come to you rather than you rushing to them. Okay? Because I feel like this King of Cups reversed with the Ace of Wands reverse could also be, again, you overwhelming this person with too much love and affection, with too much of... It's even coming across as a little bit needy. That's something that I feel here as well. Like you could be too needy, whether emotionally needy or even sexually needy. And that could also have an opposite effect of what you want. And it could end up pushing someone away who actually is genuinely interested and wants to get to know you, but might feel a little bit overwhelmed by your energy being a little bit over the top. So just come back into yourself, calm down, find a balance within, and take your time. That's the main message of this reading, I feel. Approach the person with a little bit of conservatism. Like this Knight of Cups is very romantic and very loving and very compassionate and very kind. And I like to see him here in the reading in the last position, in the upright. But you do have this King and Queen of Cups both in reverse. So I do feel like there is some work to do for you in finding better emotional balance within yourself and finding a more stable and grounded and what do I say there? Stable and grounded, natural way of being self-loving in a really genuine, authentic way, and approaching the person from that place rather than feeling desperate or needy or wanting to, get someone's approval or get someone's interest without actually being strong and stable and grounded in your own self-love first before you try to bring somebody into your world, to integrate them into your reality. So take your time. Again, there is in this moment here the opportunity for a lot of self-reflection and self-discovery. So don't be afraid about the things that are coming up. Like if these issues are touching a point for you and it seems relevant, make sure you take a look at these things so that you can address them before you unconsciously push that energy out onto the other person and then end up wondering why they didn't stick around, or why they ghosted you, or why they moved on without anything actually happening, okay? Because that's the energy I feel in this reading. There is the potential for something beautiful to blossom, but it's going to be up to you to be really mindful about how you express your energy and how you share your energy, so that you don't overwhelm somebody and frighten them off, okay? So Leo, that's it for your general. I'm going to take the Voyager deck now and shuffle again to give you a higher octave spread. So please send your energy into the cards so I can get really clear messages for you. With the higher octave reading, we're going to take a look at any karmic and spiritual forces that might be at play. Hopefully we can illuminate any blind spots that will be really beneficial for you to see right now, to make the best out of the situation that you're in, for your growth, for your learning, for your evolution. And maybe get some practical insight as well from your guides about how to work with the energy that you're in. One more shuffle. Let's take a look. You have the Fool again in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's the same card that we had here. So again, I feel like there is some new beginning here potential for you, but there could be some issues that you need to look at to make sure that you get the start that you're looking for, that you're hoping for. So we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse crossed by the Six of Pentacles reverse. We had the Six of Pentacles as the crowning card in the previous reading. There's the Page of Cups, which we had the Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, and King of Cups. So there's definitely like love energy, cup energy. There's the Eight of Pentacles there. Temperance is there in the recent past. Ace of Cups upright in the potential. I like that. The Man of Crystals, which is the King of Swords, is upright. Now there's the Man of Wands, which is the King of Wands upright. So in the last reading you had King of Cups and King of Pentacles, and now you have King of Crystals, King of Wands. So there's definitely a masculine energy around. Devil in reverse. There's the Lovers in the outcome. Star in reverse, same position. There's the Tower in reverse. All right. Child of Wands, that's Page of Wands, and the Two of Crystals. I really like this reading. This energy, the energy of this spread is very encouraging for what we discussed in the general reading there. It's like you have the potential for a new love opening here, and I think you're at a very, very specific point in your life where you are ready to address that which we have been discussing so far about maybe overgiving, oversharing, over the top, and how that might have played out in past experiences where it actually caused another person to recoil away from you, or for something to fizzle out or not go where it showed potential to go in the first place. And I think you're able to see here at this time, with all the energy being the way that it is, this is a really perfect opportunity for you to address some of the issues that have to do with, again, you have the Devil and the Tower both in reverse in the hopes and fears, and then you have the Lovers and the Star in the outcome. So what this is telling me is that once again there is some issue with regard to your old patterns, your old habits, your old ways of doing things that you've been kind of playing out in an unconscious way, and not making the connections between what energy is in your unconscious mind that is causing you to behave certain ways, that is then creating outcomes that are not what you want. And I think this is the moment here where you're able to look at those things, because the situation has presented itself in a certain way that is really allowing for you to see which parts of the shadow self, that's the Moon and the Devil and the Tower, which parts of the ego, which parts of the small mind, which parts of the shadow self have been playing out without you interrupting it. And so this is the chance for you to interrupt an old pattern so that you can shift an old story that's been repeating, to be able to come to a place where you get a better outcome, the one that you want, which is union, which is balance, which is harmony, which is healing, sexual healing as well, but healing of the heart here, a lot of healing of the heart. Also a lot of healing of the inner child as well, I'm feeling in this reading. There's also, I feel here, a lot of healing with regards to how you perceive masculine energy, or the type of masculine energy that you attract towards yourself. I'm seeing that there is definitely some kind of shift happening here, where there's an old story is being forgiven, and that acceptance of the past is also what's helping you shift your current situation, so that the next cycle, the near future is going to look different than it has in the past, because you've healed an old wound. You've healed an old wound. Changes afoot, Leo. This is a beautiful reading. I'm going to continue this in the Higher Octave spread. If you're interested, you can click the link in the description box below. It's been an honor and pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next reading.